Dead and Hip Hop album review. DaBaby, Blame It on Baby. No politics, no BS. We come to you with another review. Look, man, DaBaby, his debut studio album, Baby on Baby, that came out in 2019, peaked at number 7 on Billboard's 200. I would say that is one hell of a debut. He kind of taken hip hop by storm. Was featured on Dreamville's compilation project last year as well, with production by J. Cole. And going into this project, I don't know, man, like I'm gonna just go all the way in. I don't know, like I felt underwhelmed, especially based off of his first one. This one just didn't, I don't know, it didn't have, I don't know, that thing I was looking for. Because I feel like on a lot of this one, it was a lot about women, sex, and picking up chicks, and primarily just centered around women. And I don't know, man, like he didn't give me none of that hard stuff that he has in the past. And I was a little thrown off by that. Like Pick Up, Light Skin, Can't Stop was dope. I'm not gonna even front, like the intro, that was dope. I can imagine myself right now, you know, with the weather nice, windows down, bumping that and being telling motherfuckers they can't stop.
That's the opener track, right?
Yeah, the intro.
Yeah, that one was cool.
Yeah, that one was hard. But outside of that, everything else was just kind of like him talking about heartache, heartbreak, you know, messing with this other chick because this chick ain't, you know, doing me right and stuff like that. And I was just kind of like, But I'm not even gonna front on the track Nasty. Just having the mental picture of having Ashanti and Megan at the same time, I was like, okay, well, that's a nice mental picture right there. I ain't even gonna complain about that. And
but that song was still horrible though.
It wasn't good. But I did like what was the producer on that one, B? Because he mentioned it.
Mike Dean. I mean, not Mike Dean, but London on the track.
London on the track.
Yeah.
London. I like how London kind of flipped Ashanti's old song "Baby."
Yeah.
But it wasn't like it didn't hit like that though. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Like I just was not impressed with this one. I did like Meg Thee Stallion. I liked her verse on here, but everybody else, I was just underwhelmed overall with this project. Like,
it fell flat for me too, and I was disappointed. I was disappointed in this one. You know, I had slowly started, you know, becoming a fan of DaBaby. I like when he makes appearances on tracks. This is my first full-length project that I've listened to. And after hearing this one on my first listen, I was like, oh, that's not what I expected. So what did I miss? So I went back and listened to the first 2 albums. I listened to Kirk and the first one he put out, the 2 from last year. And they were a little bit better. But this one, my first impression I got felt very soft, very light. And you were kind of talking about the I guess him talking about, you know, girls and women and this, that, and the other. And I think that's pretty much his content. So we're talking about the third go around. And what I found out was that the reason why the production on here maybe sounds a little bit different and somewhat disconnected is that the guy that worked for him was on Instagram and put out a request for producers. And like over 5,000 or 5,000 something people hit him back. And a lot of those, or several of those, ended up on this track. So they're not people that he normally worked with, but he just picked beats. And that was part of the issue that I had with this album overall. I just did not like the beat selection that he picked. And I did not like the way he was rhyming over them. So it just didn't work for me, man.
For him to have a lot of different producers on this, I still felt like the production just sounded samey. Like, besides his melodic stuff, I know this is definitely, I think you mentioned this, Ken. Yeah, this is definitely some of the tracks he's did the melodic type of flow and singing. He's never done that before off of Kirk and Baby on Baby. So yeah, he definitely went a different route on there. But I don't know, I just feel like the production on here really is just what made it bad for me. And his content too, Feefo. I think his content was very one track. Not saying that his content was super varied in his previous projects, but I don't know. I feel like DaBaby got potential because the rap is there. Even on the joint on Dreamville, like he had one of the standout features on Dreamville. You know what I'm saying? Like his shit is dope. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I feel like with this album, the production, because I was listening to this shit. Oh, I was like, what is missing with this? Like, the production was samey. Because like I said, he has potential. I feel like it's something there. It's just like he's not knocking it out the park yet. And this, like I said, with this album, he's definitely regressed with this one compared to the two albums he released last year. But yeah, I don't know. It was just like every time I played it, it was just like nothing. It was just like, okay, nothing. Played it again, it was just like nothing.
And even his production, you know, all his other projects, I wouldn't say it's that trendy. Like I wouldn't say he's as trendy as Lil Baby, but even like on the title track on this album, it was just like
yeah,
it sounded too cartoonish.
Yeah,
like it was. Not that one. That's the one where he switched up his flow with the beats and shit like that.
Yeah, but
I didn't
like that.
Y'all are tripping.
I didn't.
You like that one?
Hell yeah.
I didn't like
the album. Better songs on this album. Y'all are bugging.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like the title track that much.
Like, if you talking about him doing something different, really? Like, that was the most different song on the whole album. The beat was weird, and he switched his flow up like 7 times.
Yeah, but just because you do that doesn't make it good. Like, it didn't sound.
No, I feel you, but I'm talking about like both of y'all's critiques have been that it's samey, a lot of it sounds derivative or whatever, but you can't use that critique for that particular song. I understand you don't like it, but you can't. I mean, my
I just sonically I didn't care for the song. I mean, I get your points, Mike. I just didn't like. I didn't care how he was sounding. I didn't like how the track sound. Me personally, yeah.
Did you like this album, Mike?
Catch me outside. How about that?
No. No, I didn't like this album. I don't think it's interesting. I don't think my critiques are the same as y'all's. I didn't have a problem with the beats. I thought the beats were fine. It was him. And again, this is my first time diving into a DaBaby album. I've heard his features on stuff that we've reviewed before, and I've liked his features. You know, I had him confused with the other baby, and I was just like, whatever. But once I realized who this baby is, I was like, okay, I like that guy. He can rap. That guy can rap. The other baby, I don't know. But this guy, I like him. This album starts off hard.
Yeah, the first track is dope.
The first 3 tracks I thought were pretty decent. The hooks were bad, but his rapping I thought was good. But it was by is the 4th song Sad Shit?
Talk about it's no 5th song. 5th song. Yeah.
By the 5th song, I was just like, all right. So I like the way he's been rapping, but he's using the same fucking flow for every song. But then when it hit Sad Shit, that was the beginning of a major decline. I don't know what the hell happened, but that weird fake I want to sound like Future shit, no, at all. Find My Way with that cheesy ass boy band beat, that was the one where I will give you the beat was bad, but I don't think that beat was bad in the way the other beats were bad. It was like special bad. Like it didn't even sound like a rapper should be rapping over it. It sounded like you need to give that shit to like Omarion or something. Like I don't get what I guess that's why he was singing, really. But nah, man, when it got to Blame It On Baby, the title track, I was like, all right, this is actually kind of fresh the way you rocked over this beat. The rest of this shit, nah. And I remember y'all talking about DaBaby, talking about how good he is. And I was like, all right, well, this should be cool. Maybe I'll finally have a mainstream rapper that, you know, I can go to when I say, I don't think mainstream rap is bad.
This wasn't the album.
But I'll still say that I think he's a great rapper.
Yeah.
I think he's a really, really good rapper. The problem is when he started to get away from what he was doing on those first 4 or 5 songs. It started doing this like sentimental shit. It didn't work. I don't think the song with Megan and Ashanti was horrible though. I can't remember who said it.
I did.
I don't think that song was horrible. I think it served its purpose. I don't particularly care to hear about somebody fucking, but if we're going off of a rhyme standpoint, it was fine.
I didn't need Ashanti to re-sing her Murder Inc. hook again.
Man, how many washed up singers have done that though?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
what else
true.
is Ashanti gonna do? Talking about, oh, we gonna have a threesome. Nobody cares, dude, except for Feefo. Nobody else cares. You know, that's a cool little dream sequence, but for a song, I'm with you. I didn't need to hear that from Ashanti.
I didn't need to hear that
at all. But I don't think it ruined the song. The song was just whatever. It was pretty much what I expected.
I thought it was good. Not the song, but the idea of using her to sing, you know, the hook. The fact that it was her and not someone else. I mean, it's cheesy, but I mean, it was still cool. I tolerated it, but I don't necessarily like the song. I thought Megan's verse was cool. But
she's done
but
better.
Yeah, it was
She's done a lot better.
She has, but I think I did like Amazing Grace. Listens much like you be like listening to it, trying to figure out like what are the things that I don't like, what are the songs that I actually do like.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that really stuck out was Blame It on Baby, which we've already discussed. But the funny thing about Sad Shit and maybe talk about it was that Light Skin Shit was the one that had Future on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Future was actually on the one that DaBaby was doing. I was so fucking confused.
Me too.
When I was listening to it and that track came on, I was like, "Oh, the Future's on here." and I looked, I was like, "Oh, okay." And I made a mental note to make sure I pay attention to that song again. It was just disappointing. I hate that this was the first one that we did, and you know, it not one person here liked it. I was hoping at least I liked it, so I could speak positively about it, because I find myself liking DaBaby's work when it comes to verses and shit like that. And I do think he's on the peak of becoming a superstar. But this shit right here,
yeah, this
will hurt you. Now he debuted #1, which I still don't think that says much nowadays with the way they do the charts. Huh?
We in the house. Motherfuckers just playing shit. You know what I think his biggest issue with this? This doesn't sound like an album. The majority of this was very underwritten and underdeveloped. Like almost all the fucking songs were like under 3 minutes long. Mm-hmm. Some songs were like 1:30. Yep. So when this finished, I just had the feeling of, oh, you really didn't give a fuck, did you? Like this almost sounded like some old shit that he was rushing out to fulfill a contract. So it's weird that this is a major label album. This sounds like a random throwaway Lucy mixtape.
It does, Mike, and I agree with that. But I can also see a lot of this stuff getting radio play too.
I don't.
I could see them sing songy ass songs being on the radio. I'm not taking that away from them.
I don't think they're good enough.
Man, get out of here. I've heard worse.
Yeah,
I've heard worse that sound better than those.
Ooh, what?
That didn't make any what?
I know. Hey, I got that Nick Young.
I had to question myself. I was like, wait, did he make sense?
Wait a minute. Look,
I had to ask myself for a minute. I was like, wait a minute.
I was questioning myself, like, wait a minute. The fuck worse, but better.
You understand the words that coming out of my mouth? No, Ken. That shit didn't make no damn sense.
X over A divided by 3 times. I was like, damn. Straight up.
That's how bad those songs are.
I think with commercial artists, sometimes how hot you are can overcome how good or bad a song is. And DaBaby's arguably the hottest male rapper out right now. And I think that these projects, who's hotter than him?
I don't know, but
Lil Baby.
I didn't know he was that popular. Drake.
Yeah, every other song on the radio is DaBaby or a feature of DaBaby.
Really?
Yeah, DaBaby's the hottest male artist out right now. When I heard it, that's the thing I took away. I'm like, this is not for the niggas in the hood. This is for the motherfuckers listening to it on the radio.
Is that what he usually makes?
He makes songs that like I feel that hood dudes can vibe with. It's not like
think so.
Huh?
I don't think so. I think he's kind of like almost feels like he's like in the middle of the road. Like I think, you know, maybe some hood dudes will like some of the songs that he does, but I think he's closer to being like mainstream commercial than just appealing to that specific audience.
No, 100%. I think he's one of those artists that straddles the line, but more so on the commercial side. And I think the further his career goes, the more he's gonna be more pop and all of that type of stuff. But I'm saying like some of his anthems and some of his features, like people in the hood are rocking with DaBaby. You know what I'm saying? It's not just all commercial music. And this, I don't know, just feels like it was primarily made for radio. It's like, forget it. Cause like, again, anything outside of that first song to me wasn't hard.
Kind of going back to what Myke was saying about just the overall cohesiveness of it. I think that kind of, you know, goes back to him reaching out to these random producers on Instagram, you know, and deciding to make songs with the beats that he got. For what purpose, I don't know. Like, why would you put out an album? Is this just for fun? Is it for kicks? Is it to get out of a contract? Like, what is the meaning behind it? And I haven't listened to any interviews to hear him say what it is. I just saw that one thing.
Like I said before, I don't really think the beats were necessarily the issue, with the exception of a couple. Mm-hmm. There were like 2 songs in a row that had like some corny, like cheesy guitar sample that just, it sounded like some old fucking 98 Degrees shit. But with the exception of that, I don't really think the beats were necessarily the problem. The problem to me still seems like it was DaBaby. And I think that if a better artist just grabbed all of those beats, they'd make a way to make it all work. And maybe him singing about love and heartbreak and shit, maybe that was his way of trying to string all of this shit together. But at the end of the day, it seems like you should have had somebody in the studio with you that was like, nah, man, this really isn't working for you. Maybe we should try to do something different. Maybe we should like maybe switch up the order of some of these songs to give it a little bit more flow, just something. Mm-hmm. But you had like 6 songs in a row that were just like, all right, like, where is this even going?
Favorite tracks, yeah, give me Can't Stop, give me Nasty, yeah, give me them 2.
Can't Stop, shit. Go ahead, Ken.
Oh my god.
My favorite tracks are Can't Stop and Blame It on Baby.
I got Can't Stop, Pick Up, Blame It on Baby.
DaBaby, if you watching, look, man, honestly, I don't like this project, but I like you as an artist. I think that you've made a lot of correct steps. This project just wasn't for me. It's not necessarily the type of content I'm looking from you, at least not for an entire album. So it is what it is, man. You know, your career is very early. Obviously, I believe you're a hard worker by all of the albums and features that you got going out. And I don't see that your run is going to end anytime soon. So I'm pretty sure you're going to make more music in the future that I'm going to love. It just, this as a project wasn't for me. So either way, you know what I'm saying? Wish you all of the best for your career, man. I think you're talented.
DaBaby, if you're watching, unfortunately, I didn't quite connect with this album. I didn't really care for it. But like I said, I still am paying attention to what you're doing. I have liked your features and some of the songs that you have put out, and even the video you put out last year, I think The Vibes, I really enjoyed. So this is just a one-off. I liked, I think I definitely feel like I enjoyed Kirk and the first album much more than this one. So yeah, 2 out of 3 is not bad based on the ones that I've listened to so far. So, you know, we'll see where you go from here. But so far, so good for you in terms of your career. And as Feefo said, the steps you're taking.
Just like Ken, you know, this album didn't connect with me at all. I prefer your previous 2 projects. You know, so yeah, I'm gonna act like this one didn't happen. And I think I saw somewhere you say you was working on an album you was releasing the album later on this year. So hopefully that can be a redemption for you. But other than that, yeah, this one I'm definitely gonna skip this one and just see what you do on the next one. But you got potential, man. Like I said, you a good rapper. You a good MC, man. So you know it's not like you're just horrible with it. Because like I said, I've enjoyed your two previous projects from last year. So yeah, this one I'm just gonna wait and see what you do, and I just hope you bounce back.
DaBaby, this is my first time listening to your work, and this did not make me want to listen to anything else that you've done. Congrats on debuting at number 1. I hope the rest of 2020, music-wise, treats you well. But this album is definitely not for me. Yeah, that's all I can say, man. Sorry.